Mad, sick, Reggaeville.
Reggaeville, this is Munchy. We're at Chiemsee Reggae Summer and I have the pleasure to be with Brigadier Jerry, the original General Robert Russell. Brigadier in the place, how you feeling, sir?
Yeah man, I'm telling you, I'm having a good time, I'm having a great time, because the people are so warm and nice, and really, I'm having a good time, that's all I can say. I'm having fun, enjoying myself, and it's good to be at the festival, you know what I mean? Very good.
Glad to hear that. You just performed on that very same stage that we're standing on now. How was the performance for you today?
Well, the performance was excellent, and the people them enjoyed. Because we have to work with the people them, and I was working them, and they had a good time, and I had a good time working for them, because they are such a wonderful crowd,
Nice.
Yeah, man, for real.
And I did enjoy it a lot as well. You started very early being on stage, but not as a DJ back in those days, but you started actually with stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
How was that like?
Well, you see, it's like a community project, like if they are doing anything in the community, because my family is an active family in the community, so like this concert and thing, we go up there and do a little hack and thing like that. So that's where it really starts from still, But what the age about 9, 10, 11, but it is really 1973 I really get the break with Jollof Music.
Right.
But I was DJing a next song before Jollof Music. No, a song named Emperor Marcus.
Okay.
Now, I DJ Sturgia, but I'm not the resident DJ for Sturgia. With Josuel and Charlie Chaplin. I was a resident DJ for Jollof Music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, but how did you actually start with the DJing itself? Because at that time, back in the days, it wasn't really like a common thing for everybody to do, right?
Well, you see, there was a little man come live next door my house in Jamaica, and he had a little component and said when he play on his veranda, music and things like that, so they encouraged him to build a sound. And so he built a sound. Due to my neighbor, I was there, just fishing around, he had a little cat on the fig, look out, jump over the moon and all those things, and people encouraged me and say, yeah, you look like you love it, go ahead and deal with it and thing, and the community was behind me, because they know I was really good and talented, so they really pushed me, and I have to give thanks for my community, because they are the one who really make me be where I am today, you know what I mean?
So you were actually one of those people that came up first with this fluent, really speedy spitting style. How did people react to it when they first heard it?
Oh, people get crazy, man, crazy, because it's a roll tongue, but you have to pronounce the words so the people them can hear the words, so I mean, number one for that, because most DJ try to bite them tongue and all them things, but we still give thanks, that they call it fast talking, Yeah.
So you mentioned Jollof Music sound already, that you mentioned them already, Jollof Music.
Yeah.
So how was it like back then being a DJ for them? Were the parties like?
Yeah, it was a project, but sometimes a DJ 8 hours straight, 9 hours straight, 12 hours straight. Believe me, it's true. Non-stop and thing, but it was an organization, so we always have the place packed. To 12 Shabbat Israel. We always have the place packed. Them time we are talking about 50 cents for go dance sometimes. 50 cents to get into the party. From them time to me a DJ, because I'm in the business over 40 years now. Yeah, and still going strong, still looking good, You know what I mean? For real, man.
You mentioned them already, the 12 tribes of Israel, that's what you joined at the same time.
That is my organization, up until today.
So how did you actually find Rastafari and convert to the spiritual?
Well, I was getting invited to a meeting, and when I go to the meeting, the vibes hold me, because I love what I see and the real thing, so I just be a member. That was from 1972, so you can see it's a very long time, 38 years, And I'm still a member up until today, active member the same way.
And you're also always a DJ that focuses on the conscious lyrics.
Well, me's one of the DJ that never talks slackness. Up until today, Because due to the Rasta doctrine that I was brought up in, sorry, I couldn't really deal with no slackness, which I never intended to do no slackness neither, because me is a roots and culture DJ. And if I go talk slackness, I'm going to lose my respect from people. So I stick to roots and culture 24/7, you know what I mean? And I think it's better than slackness, because the slackness is really leading the kids them in a different direction, you know? The violence and crime and all them things. So I have to stay if I try to straighten them out, make them know some boy, it's not violence and crime. The word is love, unity and strength, you know? For real. That's why you do the tunes, they must go to school, because when you go to school you get education, nobody can push you around. So those are the things that I preach, because if you listen to my tune them, it's like a story. You know, when you listen to them like a story, you have to learn something. So that's how it goes, you know? Come on.
Speaking of those stories that you mentioned and your songs, can the fans maybe expect like a new album coming from Brigadier Cherry in the near future?
At the moment, I'm working on an album. I'm not sure if it will be ready by March, but I guess it will be ready by May-June. By May-June, you know?
So that's really something the fans can look forward to finally getting.
14 tune will be on it. You know, real roots and culture, upliftment, you know, them type of thing me do. So people know when I do my thing, I do my thing. I don't do the Hams House thing, you know. Strictly roots and culture, you know.
Just do your thing straight. Briggy, thank you so much.
Yeah, but we have big up Reggaeville too, you see it? Yeah, so then if we just keep them TV power, Reggaeville, do what? The in thing, peace, every time. Blessed, yeah?
Mad, sick, Reggaeville.